Hyesan, Ryangang Province, Tuesday, 2 p.m. You're 18 years old and you're sitting in the third row of a factory auditorium that has not been heated since November. The fluorescent light above you flickers every 40 seconds. You have counted. You're holding a sheet of printed questions about the Supreme Leader's most recent speech on agricultural modernization. You have read it 17 times. Your hands are shaking, not from fear, not yet, from the cold and from the 380 grams of grain the state delivered this morning, which is all you will eat today. The party official enters. You straighten. Everyone straightens. Across Hyesan, across Pyongyang, across every village and military garrison in this country, 25 million people are organized into a hierarchy so precise it has a name for each floor of its cage. You do not know the upper floors yet. You only know the view from here. Exhausted, cold, and terrified of saying the wrong word about a speech you have memorized and do not believe. Your kid brother is 9 years old. He taps his fingers against his thigh. Always the same rhythm. You do not know where he heard it. You're about to find out what it costs to climb. Level 1, Dangwon. The party membership card arrives on a Tuesday. It is the size of a train ticket. It weighs nothing. It changes everything. Your official state salary as a Dangwon, a basic party member, is approximately $30 a month. The public distribution system delivers grain that would not fill a child's stomach. The party does not supplement this. The party is not in the business of feeding you. The party is in the business of counting you. What the card actually buys is leverage. You are now above the non-members. You can report a neighbor for watching a South Korean drama. You can make life slow or fast for the merchants at the Jangmadang, the black market 2 blocks from the factory, who need your silence to move goods across provincial lines. $30 from the state, $200 from looking the other way. That is the arithmetic of survival at the bottom of this structure. The Sanghwal Chonghua happens every Tuesday. You stand. You recite 3 sentences from the Supreme Leader's most recent directive. You confess that you were 3 minutes late to your morning labor unit last Thursday. Then you look at Park, the man who works the machine next to yours, and you tell the room that Park has been insufficiently enthusiastic during the morning ideological review. Park nods. He writes it down. Next week, Park will say something about you. This is the machine. You're not a participant in it. You are a component of it, the thing you have not told anyone. Your kid brother was caught last month with a USB drive. South Korean music. His school supervisor found it and said nothing. Yet, the local songbun file is sitting in a cabinet in the party district office. One word from the right person and his entire future closes before it begins. University, gone. Military commission, gone. Decent food ration, gone. He is 9 years old and his life can already be decided by a notation in a folder. So you join. You become a Dangwon. You get the card. You find the official who holds your brother's file, and you give him 3 months of your black market income, and the entry disappears. This is why you said yes. Nobody needs to explain it. If anything changes, if you fail an ideological evaluation, if you miss a quota, if you criticize the wrong policy, they don't negotiate. They open a different file. They find a different Dangwon. There are 6.5 million of you. Level 2, Jidowon. It takes 11 years. You're 29 and a Jidowon now, a guidance officer, stationed in a provincial party office in Ryangang. Your function is auditing the loyalty of the people below you. You read their confessions. You grade their sincerity. You decide who gets a travel permit to visit a sick parent in the next province and who does not. Every week, handwritten Sanghwal Chonghua reports arrive from factories, agricultural cooperatives, 3 military conscript units. You read them. You compare them against the songbun files. You write, acceptable or flagged. A flagged notation can prevent someone's child from attending university in Pyongyang for the next 20 years. You write it the same way you'd sign a receipt. The official salary is still worthless. The real income is the donju, the money masters, the illicit merchants who run everything that actually functions in this economy. They come to you. They always come to you. They need permits. They need border crossings. They need you to not notice a shipment of Chinese electronics moving through your district. You do not notice. They leave an envelope. Some months it is $200. Some months, it is 400. You eat meat twice a week now. Your brother has new shoes. The purge comes once a year, on average. A senior official in the capital decides that a regional district needs to demonstrate ideological integrity, and they select 3 names from a list. If your name is on the list, no one warns you. The state security department arrives at 5 a.m. Your colleagues write your Sengwal Chonghua the following Tuesday. They are thorough. They have to be. You are not irreplaceable. There are 100 men in this province who can read dossiers and accept envelopes. Level 3, Jungang, Wiwon. You are 50. You live in Pyongyang now. Changjon Street, 16th floor, state-subsidized apartment with double-glazed windows and a refrigerator that contains Brazilian beef and French cheese that arrived via the Tukbyol Geopsik, the special supply network, the logistics system that does not officially exist. Your vehicle has 727 plates. Checkpoints wave you through. For the first time in your adult life, you are not thinking about food. As a Jungang Wiwon, a central committee member, you manage the party apparatus of an entire province, thousands of subordinates, entire industrial sectors. You sit in committee meetings in Government Complex Number 1 and deliberate over policy documents before they go to the Politburo. You travel with the supreme leader on inspection tours, notebook open, pen moving, eyes forward, absolute attention, always. 2 months into your first term, an OGD officer comes to your office. He sets 2 files on your desk. One is yours. One is your mentor's and the man who nominated you for every promotion since you were 32, who vouched for your song bun, who once told you that you reminded him of his younger self. The officer sets a pen on top of the files. He does not speak. There is a word for what your mentor has done. The word is factional. It is a word that means whatever the OGD needs it to mean. You pick up the pen. You write the report. You describe his ideological deviations in careful, specific language. You recommend investigation. You know what investigation means. Your mentor is gone within 48 hours. No announcement, no trial. His apartment is reassigned within a week. The committee meetings continue. No one mentions him. You have not been passive since level 1. But this is the first time you have written someone's death with your own hand. The difference is technical. You note it and file it somewhere in your mind where it cannot be examined too closely. You do not retire from this. There is no mechanism for that. You continue. Level 4. OGDJE 1 Bubujang, you are 59. You're one of the most powerful people in North Korea. Almost no one outside this building knows your name. The organization and guidance department does not appear on any official state org chart a foreign government has ever seen. It does not need to. Every general, every cabinet minister, every provincial chairman submits their party life assessments to this department. You read them all. You approve promotions. You initiate purges. You manage the staffing of the supreme leader's personal office. You are the gatekeeper for every document, every intelligence brief, every policy recommendation that reaches Kim Jong Un's desk. You do not exist. You control everything. A diplomat named Tae Yong-ho held an adjacent position in this echelon. He had the apartment, the car, the imported food, the diplomatic posting in London. He watched his sons live in a country where they could listen to any music they wanted, say anything they thought, walk anywhere without permission. He returned to Pyongyang. In 2016, he did not. He called it what it was, a modern-day slave system. He said he could not confiscate the freedom his sons had already tasted. You go home. Your apartment is large and quiet and wired throughout by the state security department. Your spouse asks how your day was. You watched a colleague, a man you have eaten dinner with 40 times, get removed from his position this morning. By tomorrow, he will be in a kwanliso. His wife will follow, his children will follow. You look at the smoke detector in the corner where you know the microphone is. You smile. You say the Supreme Leader's new agricultural directive is a historic breakthrough. You say it loudly, clearly, the way a man says something he wants the tape to capture. Your spouse nods, smiles back. You both go to bed. You do not speak again until morning. Level 5, Jongchiguk Sangmu, Wiwon. There are 5 men in the Presidium of the Politburo, including the Supreme Leader. You are one of the other 4. You stand on the balcony of Kim Il-sung Square during the military parade and you look down at 10,000 soldiers marching in perfect formation and you feel nothing that resembles what someone who has never stood here would expect you to feel. You feel the microphone against your lapel. You feel the man beside you. your colleague, your competitor, your potential executioner, standing 3 inches away. Your wealth flows from Bureau 39. The Lazarus Group has stolen approximately $3 billion in cryptocurrency in 5 years. The counterfeiting operation in Pyongyang produces $100 bills indistinguishable from those printed in Fort Worth, Texas. The methamphetamine moves through China. The arms move through a dozen intermediaries. You do not manage these operations. You are their beneficiary. Every bottle of Hennessy Paradis cognac in your estate, every tailored European suit, all of it flows from a parallel economy your country's people will never see. Yang Song-thaek was Kim Jong Un's uncle. He was arguably the second most powerful man in the country. He was executed in 2013. The official charge was treason. The actual charge was existing at a level where he could theoretically be a rival. The execution was performed in front of senior officials as an instructional exercise. You remember where you were when you heard. You remember what you did with your face. Your kid brother is 54 now. He holds a position that marks him as your brother. If you are purged tomorrow, the 3 generations of punishment law is not a theoretical framework. It is a procedure. Your brother goes to a kwanliso, his wife, his children, everyone you joined this apparatus to protect. You did not protect them. You made them hostages. Hwang Jang-yup wrote the Juche philosophy. He tutored Kim Jong-il personally. He ranked 24th in the entire nation. He defected in 1997 and said the supreme leader would pretend to listen and then would never listen. He said it plainly, the way a man says something after he has stopped pretending it isn't true. You think about this sometimes. Not often, not where the microphone can hear. Mythology level, Suryong. You will never reach this level. The Suryong is not elected, not promoted, not appointed. The title passes through a single bloodline, the Paektu bloodline, direct descendants of Kim Il-sung, and it passes by inheritance, not performance. The supreme leader does not attend committee meetings. The supreme leader's preferences are divined from his silences, from the speed at which he nods, from the precise angle of his attention during an inspection tour. Everyone in the 5 levels below him has spent their career learning to read these signals. Getting it wrong once is sufficient. To challenge the Suryong is not ambition. It is a category of thing the state does not have a word for, which is why it does not happen, which is why it has never happened. The cage has a ceiling. The ceiling is permanent. You have climbed as high as a human being in this country can climb, and this is the wall you found. The ending movement. 1. The personal cost. You are 65 years old. You have been a party member for 47 years. You have earned in various forms an amount of money that has no practical meaning because nothing you possess is legally yours. The apartment belongs to the state. The Mercedes belongs to the state. The Rolex was a gift from a ministry you no longer remember. If you are removed tomorrow, a man will come and collect it. You have written, signed, or authorized the destruction of 11 lives that you can name. There are others you cannot name because you never knew who was on the other end of the document. You have not had an honest conversation with another human being in 14 years. Movement 2. The impossible moment. Your brother comes to you. He waits until you are walking in the garden, where the listening range of the apartment microphones does not reach. He looks at you for a long time. Then he says, "Can we leave?" He does not mean a vacation. You look at him. You think about what leaving requires. You think about what it costs everyone whose name is attached to yours. You tell him, "No." He nods. He already knew. He walked out here to hear you say it out loud so he would stop wondering. You walk back inside. The microphone resumes. Movement 3. The cycle in Hyesan. In a factory auditorium in Ryanggang province, a Tuesday afternoon ideological session is starting. An 18-year-old is sitting in the 3rd row, fluorescent light flickering above him, printed answer sheets in his hands. He has read them 17 times. His hands are shaking from the cold. Someone is walking toward him.